Hey everybody, welcome to this week's field trip. We're going back to the Pope Ranch. This time we're hanging out with Mrs. Pope's husband, Jade. He grew up on the ranch there in Cokeville. Unlike Mrs. Pope, she grew up in Reno, Nevada. So he's been living on that ranch or in that area his whole life. And he is a really cool guy. He's fun to go hang out with for the day, feeding cattle and riding around on his tractor, and he had me drive it too, so that was my first time driving on a big tractor like that. I just want to introduce the video, just remind you that on February 25th our re-registration opens. That'll be an online portal for parents to go into, students, and you can make sure you're re-registered for the fall. We'll send out the links for that. We'll have some parent nights. We'll be messaging it out via email and our assemblies, just kind of letting everybody know, because it's a really big deal to us to re-register everybody for the fall. So we hope you have had a great school year and you're enjoying winter and you enjoy this field trip. I'm standing in my backyard looking at all this snow. We've got a ton of snow here in Star Valley. On my icicles, and you can see my dog. He's see his doghouse. He's kind of buried in the snow. So we've gotten a lot of snow in the last couple of weeks. Probably 3 feet of it, I'm pretty sure, pretty close. It just feels like every day I come out and have to clear off 6 more inches. So enjoy the field trip. I'll probably break it into 2 because we took like 30 minutes of filming and there's some cool stuff. I'll save me driving the tractor for next week. It's not that exciting, but maybe you'll find it entertaining to see me driving his tractor. So, all right, enjoy the trip. Hey guys, so I'm out here in Cokeville, south of Star Valley, about an hour north of Evanston, about an hour on the western edge of the state. And we're at the Pope Ranch, where Mrs. Pope teaches science in the middle school. So for those of you that know her, this is her husband, and he's going to take us around today.
Oh, good to have some visitors. I usually just go all by myself. I grew up here in Cokeville. We are 4th generation, and we have a ranch here. Been ranching for a long time. Our brand is the Shield brand, which is a pretty cool brand. That's actually one of the oldest registered brands in Wyoming.
Oh, really?
And we're proud to ride for it and to do our thing. And hopefully we can talk and learn together, and we'll have a good day.
Good. How many cattle you run on the ranch?
We're running about 1,200 head of mother cows.
And how many acres does it run?
Well, we have kind of our private meadow that's out south, and we got a couple other pieces that we put together, and those are about 3,500 acres of meadow. And then we run on this range here, and this range starts and it's kind of a mix of private and BLM and state lease, and that's about 90,000 acres that we run on up there. We run in common with about 10 other permittees, and we all kind of ride together and do our thing, and that runs about somewhere around 2,500 head of mother cows for the summer.
Awesome. Well, we'll enjoy the field trip and go see some ranch and feed some cows.
All right. You might not have been that smart.
Too cold?
Yeah.
So this is one, I'm filming. This is one of the meadows. You said how big is it?
So we got about 3,000 or so acres, 3,500. And we're running about, there's about 1,000 head of cows out here that I'm feeding.
Okay.
And what I've got is I've got them in 2 different bunches. And I've got kind of some young cows that I've got about 150 of them that we kept as, so they've had 1 calf last year, so they'll be coming with their 2nd calf. So I keep those separate, pull them off, and I give them 1 bale of alfalfa every day, and then I give them some wild hay. That's just this meadow hay.
Yeah.
But the alfalfa is, it's a good source of protein and really helps those younger cows, just kind of keep them going. They're putting a lot of stress on them to produce a calf and to feed a calf all through while they're growing another one, and then cold winters and all the different things. So we usually try to give them about 10 to 12 pounds of alfalfa to supplement, and that will give them some protein and some different things. So the first bunch that we feed is some young cows, and kind of go with that, and then we'll go over and feed the bigger bunch, and they're just our older cows, and they are anywhere from 3 to like 11 a cow. By the time they're about 12, they're pretty, usually they're pretty old. They won't breed back, and they won't, they usually get lame kind of. That's kind of about the age that they're done work, you know.
We're heading out here to where all the cattle are.
There are, these are just hay bales that we put up, and you get them, they come off of these meadows. We put them up in round bales. These are actually stacked in a pyramid, and we stack them up there so they'll shed the snow and they don't take up quite so much room. If we stack them in rows, then it takes up most of our room. So we'll go over here and grab a couple bales. Hydraulics are a little slow when it's cold. That this tractor works, I don't know if you can see, but this one, the transmission in it is called an IVT, and it stands for infinitely variable transmission. So this, I can pull this back and it will slow down to a crawl, or you can just push it forward and it'll just speed up. So it's really easy to drive. My kids all drive it. This is your loader, and it's just a standard loader. It has a safety switch so that if I'm walking through and I bump it, it doesn't do anything. But you stick your hand in here, it has a safety switch, and if I pull it back, the loader goes up. If I push it forward, the loader goes down. I roll it towards me and it'll roll it back, and if I push it away, it dumps it. And this will just become an extension of your hand, and then right underneath is what runs your grapple forks. So I pinch it, and that will pinch my grapple fork, and then it'll open it if I pull that back.
Becomes second nature.
Yep, it just becomes something that you don't think about.
Like, if you had to describe it to somebody else, you might not be able to, maybe, unless it's in your hand. You're like, oh yeah, I do this and this. Just
yeah, a lot of times you're thinking, yeah, push that.
Yeah.
When you're, and then this one is your throttle. So your RPMs are the rotations per minute of your engine on your tractor. So it's just like your foot throttle, but this one's on so I can run my RPMs and you can hear the tractor speed up.
Yeah.
Or this one is your RPMs and you can just push it and it'll hold it. This one's your clutch. So if I want to stop, like I'm going to stop when I get to this gate so we can open it, is I'll push this in, and that disengages how your gears are. So I can put it in neutral, and I can put it in park. And the best thing about having him here is I don't have to open the gate.
That's right, I get to go do it. If I can figure out this, the handle. Does it pull towards me or what?
Towards you.
There it goes. Cows waiting for us. It's a pretty day. Huh. So, Cokeville, Wyoming is right over there, and we're right along the Idaho border, on the western side of the state. Evanston, Wyoming is down that way, another hour. Star Valley is an hour north, so we're sitting here right along the western side. And there's a lot of cattle ranching out here, and all kinds of stuff. The Bear River flows through here, and they use it to irrigate thousands and thousands and thousands, tens of thousands of acres, more than that even. So, these cows are ready to eat. Look at them. This is well, I'll do it later. Go ahead.
So the way that we feed is this is called a hay buster. It's a hay feeder, and it's made for round bales. You can put squares in it, but I just put a square in with another bale or with another tractor. But the way it works is the PTO comes out of the back of the tractor, and this is called a PTO right here. And what it is it's a shaft that spins, and it'll either spin at 540 or 1,000 RPMs, and it comes back and it spins this shaft, and it goes into a gearbox, and this gearbox spins, and then it turns some big, it's got quite a bit of twine on it right now, but it turns this, and these are big knives that come around. It gathers up all the twine off of these, and then I go along and I cut it with a hot knife, and I cut all that off and put it in a pile and burn it. But that's what cuts it and chops it up, and it makes it more palatable for the cows. They can eat it, shoots it out of the other side, and lays it in a windrow so they can come along, and I can spread that alfalfa. I can spread it thin enough that all of these cows here they'll get about 10 to 12 pounds a day, just to supplement them. They're just a little bit thinner, and they're younger cows, so that's what we'll do. I'll jump in, fire it up. It gets a little bit dusty, but you can watch and see.
Sounds good. Should I get in or stay out? What would be better? Just walk along behind?
Yeah, you can
Okay,
do that.
I'll do that.
And maybe even just a hair in front.
Okay.
It'll get kind of dusty behind us, but you can watch
Okay.
and see.
Okay guys, you ready? My hands are freezing. Put my gloves on, I guess. Be smart. So you can see it shooting out this road. The cows are coming in. See them all gathered up on that row, eating. Ooh, my hands are cold. Look at that one backing up. She's just been backing and backing and backing. So you can see all those cows back there. But he'll just spread this out and they'll just eat it all up today. I'm making them nervous, so they're kind of skittish. One of them starts running and runs through them, and they all kind of push around and freak out a little bit, and then they settle back in because they just want to eat that food. Hungry, hungry. So we set these bales out here. Oh, I wondered how he got them in. Pretty slick, huh? So they're all ready to go. Maybe I'll lay down another row. See that, how it spins in there? See that row? This is a heavier row. We'll have to ask him why that one was so just thin and finely chopped, and then this one's just a bigger pile. I think he said that this finely chopped one is like an alfalfa. It's a higher quality of feed, and then this is just grass, and so this is a lower quality feed that mainly just gives them something to chew on and give their body something to process. But a lot of the protein and nutrition they need comes out of this finer chopped alfalfa. I think I know what I'm talking about, but maybe I don't. But I think that's what Jed Heath told us in our other field trip, and I'm pretty sure that's what he told us in the tractor. It's a beautiful day out here. It's freezing cold. It's probably in the low 20s, high teens. The cold tends to settle down here in the bottom of these valleys with a river flowing in the middle of it. Star Valley is a lot like that. The only difference for Star Valley is we have our mountains are covered in, are taller, much taller, and they're covered in pine trees. Down here it's a little more deserty, with open sagebrush and these vast meadows that have been cleared of sagebrush for feeding cattle and so forth. So